Walk around the streets of New York and it won't be long before you find a piece of pop-inspired street art. Since it first began in the 50s, pop art has influenced artists, designers and consumers all around the world. And amongst the millions to have come under its spell is New York pop artist M.Dreeland.
Basically, this is kind of like an iconic building in New York and stuff where all different artists, all different designers, everyone can kind of tag, put up kind of what they have in mind, what their kind of thoughts are. A lot of it's heavily influenced by pop art. You know, a lot of them is sort of like heavy design driven. Some of them are more just sort of typical spray painted designs. So I think this is definitely something that, that sort of coincides with a big pop movement, especially in New York.
The brash, bright colours Warhol used might be the ones we remember, but pop art also changed the colours of textiles, plastics and interiors. And the same palette continues to influence artists and designers around the world, among them New York-based M.Dreeland.
As far as the colors go and how it all kind of seemed to be, what I try to do is I had to have colors that sort of kind of like contrast with each other all the time. So it's, you know, if I'm going initially with like a darker color paint, I want to kind of counteract that with like a lighter color paint, and then you continuously kind of play that texture back and forth, and kind of how, in order to kind of create that sort of three-dimensionalism, and that sort of over time, by going into it really kind of makes a lot of the work pop and, you know, and track back and forth.
Whether it's art or advertising, bright, brash colours are so much part of the everyday that most of the time we walk past them without even noticing. And putting images from the 60s and 70s onto products isn't the only way that pop art continues to influence design. For contemporary pop artists like M.Dreeland, products are just another way of bringing his art to the masses. This is Mike's signature piece. It's called Box Pleat. And when we filmed it, it was on display in the Time Warner Center in New York. But that's not the only place you're likely to see it.
We're working with collaborative artists on different projects. This shoe in particular, I wound up working with a custom shoe design called Mikey Likes It down in Tribeca, New York City, where we came together and we collaborated on a Nike Air Force One shoe. So what we did was we took the original shoe, which was white on white. We designed the fact that I wanted to go with a chocolate brown on baby blue, and we took one of my signature pieces, which is called Box Pleat, and what we did was we basically deconstructed the shoe. So what we did is we took off the Nike swoosh, we were able to print an image of my one of my paintings on there, and then was able to hand stitch the swoosh right back into the shoe with actually glow-in-the-dark thread. So the entire piece is all hand painted right down to the stitching in the bottom, and then on the bottoms here we kind of created that sort of Jackson Pollock kind of style on the sole of the shoe with the splatters of like the different, you know, the chocolate brown and the baby blues on the back. And then on the inside, we wound up doing a very light hint of sparkles that you can slightly see a little bit that kind of shimmy when different kind of lights hits it. One of the things we also carried over with the signature pop art painting was that we did a couple iPhone couple cases. This is one in particular, like I said before, of the my signature painting, Box Pleat, that we were able to use on this existing cover. And then we had another one. What we did was, this is another piece of mine called New York State of Mind, which represents all New York City landmarks. So we were able to photograph the piece and then shrink it down into you know, a format that worked best with the new Apple iPhone 4.
Whether it's as graphics on clothes and trainers, brightly coloured adverts, or products with a sense of fun, you don't have to look far to find the influence of pop art. So next time you walk down the high street, try and imagine what it might have looked like before the 1950s. And you'll soon realise that pop art really has changed the world.